performing tonight. He is a fresh pro here at the club. He is very, very good. He is very, very funny. Please give it up for Eeland Stribling.
Oh, he got something. He got something.
Hey. Before we get started, give it up for all the comedians you've seen so far. Give it up for everybody. Everyone did it. I get to do stand-up a lot of places. I get to travel a lot. I recently got back from Patagonia. I went to Chile. And I don't like to say Chile because it makes me sound like an asshole. But I don't like to say Chile because it makes me sound stupid. And I recently got back from Chile, and I learned some Chilean Spanish when I was there, right? One of the Chilean words I learned was weón. That's how they say like bro or dog or homie. They go like, hola weón, ¿qué tal weón? And after spending a couple weeks there, I was feeling very cultured, right? I was feeling very suave, which is French. And I was coming home and I saw the pilot, and I was like, I'm gonna try out my new Spanish on the pilot. I had like white woman at a Mexican restaurant energy, you know? Like I was like, I know the thing, you know? So I see the pilot, right? I see the pilot and I go, hola, weón. And he goes, hola. And this old Chilean woman runs up to me. She goes, hey, are you Chilean? And I go, no. She goes, you can't say that. That's our word. And I was like, have I just been saying Chilean nigga this whole time? And I was saying it hard. Like I was saying it with the hard O-N. Like I was saying. And then I got really self-conscious. I was like, no, my Chilean friend said I could say it. He gave me permission to say it. Some of you need more black people in your life, and it shows right now. Because we all have it. We all have different versions of it, right? Black people have nigga. Some people have like habibi, you know? Hispanic people have like weón. White people also have nigga. It's the same. It's the same thing. I don't like that this country is so divided right now. I don't like it. You know, it feels bad. I know it feels weird. It feels weird that every time just you want to talk about anything, it's always an argument. You know, like I commented on Instagram. This guy was like, "What's your favorite cereal?" And I was just like, "Frosted Flakes." And someone in the next comment was like, "Fuck you, bitch, Fruit Loops." And I was like, "That's crazy." I'm talking about cereal. It's nothing serious, you know. I don't like this country's divided. I want us to like even if we don't like each other, we could still like be together. So I think what this country needs, ironically, is I think we need like a little bit of terrorism. You know, like not like a lot of terrorism, but just like a little bit. Because what happened after 9/11, right? What happened after 9/11? We all together were like, fuck them, let's go get them, you know? And it felt good. It was like the Olympics. We got to be racist for fun, for like America. It was tight. And look, I don't want Americans to die. I don't want anybody to die. But like, let's say if like Sweden blew up like a Waffle House at like 3:30 in the morning, I think we could all collectively go, we're gonna go fuck up Sweden. Like that'd be pretty cool. Corey was talking about. I probably shouldn't be allowed to, but I teach kids. I teach middle schoolers. Yeah, no, fuck them kids. I do. I teach middle schoolers about environmental science and animals and stuff. My grandfather was a biologist, so he taught me about animals and birds and stuff. And I was telling my students how much my grandfather means to me and what his teaching means to me. And from the back of the class, one of my students just goes, "Gay!" And I was like, "That's." And look, I'm a kid in I grew up in the 90s, so I was supposed to be mad, but I was like, man, you're right. I was being a little gay. I shouldn't have done it. This semester is a big thing in class. We're learning about climate change. We're talking about climate change. And one time this guy asked me, he goes, "Do you care about climate change more, or do you care about racism more?" And I was like, "I'm just here to get my oil changed. I don't know why either of those matter." And I thought about it, and I was like, I think I care about climate change more. Like I feel like it affects a lot more people. Like it has a longer lasting effect, you know. And where racism, it happens to me every day. I know it's sad, but it's true. It's just how the world works, you know. And I was sitting there thinking, and I was like, why do I care about climate change? So, like I would much rather someone call me like a nigga, but with clean air. Then someone be like, hey, this is a safe space, but don't drink the water. You know, like there's a spectrum. I care about climate change so much. I actually go to Klan meetings and try to convince the Klan to care about climate change. I do. I go to Klan meetings, I go, hey guys, thanks for having me. Don't you want your great-grandkids to hate my great-grandkids for no reason? I'm like, I'm like, you guys are conservative, let's conserve some shit. Like, it's in the title of the thing. I'm like making up facts. I'm like, the sun's hotter, it's gonna make more black people. That's not what y'all want. That's not. Let's find a solution to a problem, you know? Like, all right, I got two more things I got in here. I love having sex with diabetic women. I do. I love having sex with diabetes. I was dating this diabetic girl one time, and I don't know which type, but we were making sweet passion love, right? As I do, and during sex, her like little beeper went off. It was like beep 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 beep. And because I'm a guy, I was like, yo, I'm crushing it right now. Like I was like. Yo, I thought like I was at like an arcade. I was like, I'm about to get all the tickets. I was like, what? And she stops me and she goes, hey, and I was like, hey, is everything okay? Like, what's going on? She's like, no, everything's good, don't worry. She gets up, she goes to the kitchen, she grabs some homemade cookies that she made and some other snacks. She comes back to bed and she starts feeding. We start eating together while we have sex. And I was like, this is the greatest night of my life. Now I only hit on women with diabetes. I do. I just go up to them like, hey, does your foot hurt? Is your vision blurry? Like I do. All right, last thing. I'm on a wildlife council here in Colorado, and I get to teach people about animals and wildlife and all that stuff. And there's a guy I work with he's like a pretty just normal guy. He's like one of the other board members. And on our last meeting, we're just chit-chatting, right? Into the meeting, we're chit-chatting. And he goes, I really like working with you. You know, we get a lot of stuff done. And I was like, sure, Dan, whatever. Like, I don't want to be a part of this conversation. And he's a regular looking white dude, you know, beard, cowboy hat, dead animals, like regular looking dude. But after that, I'm like walking away and he goes, you know what? You're one of the good ones. That's what he says to me. He goes, you're one of the good ones. And I didn't want to be a part of the conversation. I was like, all right, thanks. And I just walked away. And then I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, one of the good ones. And what he was doing, he was distilling down what it means to be black. He's like, anything that a black person agrees with him about, that's like one of the good ones. And if they don't, they fit the stereotype of being a bad one, right? And this is all running through my head, and I got angry. And I was like, one of the good ones. Like, if I'm a good one to a white person, I'm a bad black person. Like, I'm doing a bad job, you know? And immediately I was like, I'm a bad, shoot everybody in this bitch. And I'm sitting there and I'm driving home and it's just like I'm like angry and it's running through my mind. And I was like, what if I told him that? Like, what if I told a white person? Like, if I told a white person like, hey, you're one of the good ones? White people would probably be like, you know what? I am one of the good ones. Thank you guys so much. My name is Eeland Stribling. You guys are incredible. Thank you.
Keep it going for Eeland Stribling.